Background. What's up, y'all? So, kind of thought I should talk a little about Girlfriends, the show, the series, since it's all brand new to some people now. That some people said they were teenagers and little girls back then when it first came out, 20 years ago. So, Tracy Ellis Ross, she had posted, and y'all know she's Joan. She posted that she was watching it all weekend, and she said, how does it hit different these days now that you've seen it through, I guess, your grown-up eyes? I guess that's the way she just said, how does it hit different? So, I don't know if it really hits any different for me, I guess. Well, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. We got all the DVDs, so we have been watching all the time. We've been watching it like all the time, like, so I guess it would be different for people that hadn't seen it. And when did it go off? To the oh 08, wow. So if people haven't seen it in 12 years, yeah. So yeah, I guess so. I guess when this came out, I had just had baby, and that baby is almost 20 years old next month. Yeah, that makes me feel weird. But anyways, yeah, you 20 years. um, somebody had said that Joan had a lot of flaws. I always was telling my little girl back there. I said they were some awful friends. To me, they was some awful. Even though I liked them all, I said that's why I don't have no friends, because I can't deal with stuff like that. Um, they all, I mean, people were saying that Joan always said that how she had to pay for everything. Well, they made her pay for everything. Every time they went somewhere, she had to pay, and they were always at her house, which she seemed to come to love, that everybody was at her house. I think she did like that. That they was always at her house. They took her car, never put gas in it. Eating all her food. What else did they do? Just talk bad about her. Especially Tony, and she would never have a man and never have no kid. I don't know, y'all. Great show, but like I said, I always said that they were some bad friends. Tony was a bad friend and had the nerve not to forgive Joe when Joe was going through a little craziness. Tony, in the beginning, like somebody said, the first 15 minutes of, I believe that was the first episode, she was with her ex-boyfriend. Yeah. Now, if you're a friend, you know you're not supposed to do that. Unless what Lynn told her, you're not supposed to do that. So that was all already a bad example of bad friendship. About how, she thought she was cheating with the dude, so she used Joe's house to stay away from the crazy wife, which, that turned out not to be. But still, and then how they came back from the trip with Sinbad, and she on the couch almost naked, waiting for Sean to come out the bathroom. Terrible friends. Lynn just had a free place to live and eat, and sometimes she would bring her men up and through. Huh? What?
Lynn was just she had an identity crisis. I don't know.
Just because she was adopted.
Yeah.
Just like she told them, I was adopted. They said, so?
You don't know where you came from.
I guess. I
always like her.
I like them all, but I'm just saying, like, if this was a real life situation, they were some bad friends. I mean, they offered their support here and there. But especially when Joan had a lot of these episodes were cringy to me. Especially we're looking at the ones now with Sean, where he said he was a sex addict and he slept with almost 300 women. That would have been it there. That would have been done for me right there. And he comes back to the house talking about how she don't see her brother trying and this, that, and the other. Just laid a guilt trip on her, and she want to be his girlfriend again. And then her and Davis was all I kind of wanted her and Davis to be together. Like he seemed like more of her speed and her tone, you know. Right, right. I would say William was a good friend.
Yeah.
William was.
He said that they were.
Huh?
He said that too.
Oh, they was terrible friends. They was terrible friends. And all of the, everybody has their flaws. And Joan, she was a control freak and always wanted to have a man and this, that, and the other. I know when they had their reunion for Blackish. Yeah, Blackish. I think was that Charlemagne that interviewed them? I think it was, and he asked like, where would the characters be like, this day and time, and would they be married, divorced, whatever. So Joan, Tracy said that she don't think that Joan would have gotten married at all. That basically what she was saying, and this is true, that all these shows like this back then kind of made you made well, this is real life too. I kind of felt like this too, like that you had to be married, that you had to do all these things that society expects you to do. So even though when I heard her say that, I was like, dang, I kind of wanted to see Joan get married just from a because the girl, just to see the ending of Girlfriends, they need to put a movie out. Like, did Tony ever come back? Like what happened? Like,
I thought they actually got happy ending.
We just the ending was her fiance was coming back, but we didn't see him come back, and Monica, we didn't get to see Monica and William have the baby, which was odd. That was an odd storyline too, because I'm like, did Monica know that he had a nephew son? Yeah, and then William had been with Lynn and Joan, and I don't know. It was just good show, but it was just a lot going on there. A lot going on there. I did like how in this show that Joan didn't want to be a lawyer anymore because that's what everyone expected her to be, and she went through that whole thing of finding out what she wanted to do. So that's a real life situation. Maya, that Stan. Oh, that whole. Oh man, terrible. Did she ever do nothing with the guy? They had one kiss or whatever, but it was all that sneaking around. But then again, Darnell was sneaking around before she was sneaking around, and then had the nerve to get mad. Oh, because he was having lunch with Cecily, and Joe saw him feeding him strawberries. And that's when they had the Flex character. I'm glad they traded Darnell's, because Flex Alexander, him and Maya didn't have good chemistry to me. Although Darnell in the early years was getting on my nerves because he was just always, he was controlling too, but I guess he was the typical husband that, you're supposed to, ask permission for things and this, that, and the other. But I did like Darnell around. Well, when they broke up, I started liking Darnell. Like he seemed to be not when he got with Lena, he seemed to be more up upbeat. I guess that's what I want to say. Um, that they had some storylines in this thing, man. Lena got left at the altar. Oh, chill. Lynn thought she was a lesbian for a second. It was just too much. I kind of think at the end they kind of ran out of storylines. I mean, Lynn finally made it big. That was good. What else? I mean, they could have made it longer if they really wanted to. I mean, I really don't know what happened with the details. I don't know. I think overall it was because Tony wasn't there anymore. I mean, I thought they did a good job without her, but with her it would have been much better. I just could not, and she said, they said she left so she could do other things, but she never really, nothing ever really, she did a couple of things, but nothing ever really, panned out about it. So it was kind of like, dang. And, if you guys can YouTube, look up the girlfriend's interview with Charlamagne the God, it was a lot of details on that. But they all seemed like they had a good chemistry to this day, just like the Soul Food girls on the series, they're still friends in real life. So I think that's really, now that's another show to talk about, maybe another time. But yes, yes, I'm going to talk about that too. Yes. Oh my. Oh man, yeah, see, now I want to go to that show. I'll talk about that another time. But, Girlfriends, it was nothing like we had ever seen. Especially at that time, they tackled so many subjects. Pregnancy, Joan thought she was pregnant from the big hip guy. AIDS, they talk about AIDS, they talk about gays.
Alcoholic affairs.
Yeah, alcoholic affairs, adoption, cheating, like lesbians having babies. They just talked about a lot of subjects that I guess were taboo. And shout out to Kelsey Grammer. Who knew? Kelsey Grammer got soul. And it's Myra Brockakill. Girl, I don't know why she won't make no movie. I think she said she was waiting for, I think it was all about the money, basically. Like, she wants the story to be told the way she wants it to be told. And for that, it needs money. But shoot, our Netflix was buffering for 3 days trying to get the girlfriends. Everything else on Netflix was working except for Girlfriends and Sister was not working. It was buffering at like 25% and it would not move. So Myra Brockakill should see that. Everyone wants to see a Girlfriends, at least a movie. It doesn't have to be a reboot. Be a 2-hour movie, and I bet you that would get some major views, some major coins.
Yeah, best movie history.
Yeah, Girlfriend. It's funny. It's a soother. You can throw it. That's why like I said, we have all the DVDs, and if we can't find nothing on TV, we usually throw that in. If you had a bad day at work, whatever. It soothes your soul.
Yeah.
And you already know the lines. Like, if you know all the episodes, you know what's going to happen next. But some things you see differently every time. Just like when we saw Joan at the art gallery trying to push up on Sean, which I thought that was terrible. And he was like, I'm here supporting a friend trying to sell her. So was Sean with somebody then, I don't know. But then you can talk about all the fashions. Like, most of the fashions were cool. Some were not. Joan in that pink lacy dress. that she keep trying to wear all the time. And she
Oh,
wore
you talking about the green one.
Oh, they go. Oh,
You
y'all.
hate that one.
Season 6. Oh, season 6 at the end of season 6. I keep saying I hate season 6, but it's the end of season 6 when Joan showed up in that dress. Oh, that dress with the cutout in the front and the boobs. Oh.
Now it's like,
Yeah, now it's like they got WAP now. You know, whatever. People don't care. People don't care now, but I was looking at that dress. Every time I look at that dress.
yeah, body.
She got a nice body, but the dress was killing me. The dress was, I don't, Anyways, yes, so the fashion, they had the fashion. They had, like my little girl was talking about Tony Childs with her bougie realty shop. They show how black women's, Maya in her book, and Lynn finally with her music. So they show how black women can get their own. So that was good too. So I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about girlfriends. I know people were getting real deep into the topic, but I mean, you could probably find yourself in at least one of them or two of them put together. I don't know who I would be, Chev.
You would be Joan.
I would be Joan. Joan was with a lot of men. I wasn't with a lot of men. Joan was with like 10 plus men.
Are you talking about love wise?
Whatever. I'm talking about the whole character. I would be like Joan. I would be everybody but Tony. I'm Joan, Maya, and Lynn all together.
Homegirl, Maya.
Oh my.
Joan.
Did you ever?
Get a little worried about stuff.
I'm always worried about stuff.
Lynn.
You
I don't really know.
Lynn, I don't know. Yes, right. I do not know what I'm supposed to be doing. That is so true. I really don't. I really don't. So that's an interesting question. Which girlfriend character are you, or do you think you are?
This should be a quiz.
Yeah, it should be a quiz. I feel like I want to talk about something else about girlfriends. But what else should I talk about? I feel like I know all the episodes. You know how Tony couldn't get Jabari's name right to save her life, except for one time. Jimmy Crack Corn. Yeah, they changed I hate when they change the characters, but I guess it had to be a reason. His parents didn't want him doing girlfriends anymore. Who knows, child? Yeah, when they change up characters like that, especially towards the end, it kind of just throws stuff off. Yeah, they had a lot of guest stars on there. Can't really think. Who did they have on there? Like, yes. Oh, yes. That Isaac Hayes did like Tony Daddy for real.
Right.
It looked just alike, and her sister, the one they looked just alike. Yeah, they talk about interracial marriage. They talk about a lot of stuff on here. Yeah, Don Lewis, Erykah Badu.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had the other huge issue was Lynn's Wigger sister.
Oh, Tina Marie.
Even though I like that episode because I know some people like her. Except when she got to singing that song and nobody liked that, then everybody was after her. But that was a good episode. All these episodes were pretty good. Although I did just skip one. Which one did I skip? Oh, the wedding episode. Maya renewed her vows when she had that orange hair, and John tried to take over her wedding. Yeah, I skipped that episode. I don't know. It's a couple of them I don't. Well, nah, not really. Again, just saying how that kind of first showed how Joan was so obsessed with weddings. I don't know. I used to be obsessed with weddings with your daddy. I was so obsessed with it. Yes. What? It is funny now that I am at the age I am. I kind of look back at things and like, man, that was stupid.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid to be worried about stuff like that. To be worried about men when you're supposed to get yourself together first. That's the message. Alrighty, guys. Let me know if I left something out. You want to talk about something? Leave it in the comments below.